I love that so much. It's
So
probably unhealthy.
chat did not like my joke at all.
Ah, come
Bazinga.
on.
Yep, bazinga, everybody. So we're going to see one more lock-in. Snoopy is going to be rocking out the Maokai this time round. So
And
we've
there's going to
seen
be a
him
cannon pickup, so they will be doing the double AP
AP.
with the double Wodan, so that's going to be very strong in their team setup. On the other hand, though, they have a lot of AoE, which is good. Oh, actually, they're going to switch to Riven because they troll me.
I was going to
Um,
say, I don't think Kennan's a good pick. Olaf is just going to have his way with a Kenan once they get a
really?
couple of levels. Yeah, early
Uh,
game, Kennan's going to be able to harass an Olaf down. I've played a lot of Kenan in the top lane, but the second Olaf hits level 3, level 4, level 5, gets a little bit of sustain on those vicious strikes, and a couple of levels onto the... Oh, what's his E called? E is vicious strikes, his W is the health one. Either way, that lightning true damage ability, it just melts cannons, especially if you can continue to land undertows with the new rework. So I like the Riven pick. It's going to be a slightly more fair top lane fight.
his true damage is actually called Reckless Swing.
There we go. And it is vicious strikes the W. So yeah, reckless swing in his E, vicious strikes in his W. And we are going to see Riven and a very aggressive summoner's spell collection so far. 3 ignites for CLG, 3 ignites and an exhaust coming out for exHCL. So lots and lots of aggression from these guys.
Yeah, no heal on an AD carry. That's actually very interesting. And Suji not opting to go for an exhaust, which is kind of strange. I would expect him to use that against a Riven, because Riven is a bit of a hyper carry. So you really want an exhaust. Like, Riven's late game is just ridiculous. And I'm gonna check Wicker's runes real quick. Actually, he switched to an exhaust now. So
It has been
they
solved. And
completely
that
trolled me.
makes sense. That makes perfect sense against a Riven and a Corki, who are both going to be putting out a lot of mid to late game damage in terms of attack damage. And of course, having that movement speed debuff as well as the attack damage debuff on Riven is very, very powerful. So let's see how has Wicked actually skilled his Olaf. If we head over to the runes, bruises, plus 12 magic resist, 8.5 physical damage, 13 armor, and 78 hit points. And Oriana, I'd like to see. How does Froggen play Oriana? Currently sitting on, I don't know, it's the point rune page. And 12 magic resist, 15 ability power, 8.5 magic pen, and 3.7 mana regen per 5 seconds. So really, really going for the mana regen. Got a couple of requests to look at runes for Crepo.
And he's going for 2109. So he's getting the mana regen in his utility as well. And obviously he's going to have blue buff because he is Oriana and she needs that blue buff. So that's why he has the runic affinity. Wicked was going for a 9210, so he's going for a very defensive one. So he's going to probably bait Senka Olaf. Or Brolaf. I hope it's Brolaf.
Well, it might
But
not be.
It's a Smurf.
Yeah,
so-
Smurf account, I don't think we're going to have a legendary skin there. Corki busy rocking 12 MR, 13 armor, 15 armor pen, and 78 health. And Kikis' Riven, let's have a look what's being worn by Kikis at the moment. 13 armor, 24 MR, and 15
What
AD.
the-
And
I
I
just
got
kicked out.
dumped. Remade.
It's getting remade?
Yes, it is being remade, so we're sorry about that, guys. A remake is coming in, and we've broken 3,000 viewers. I love every single one of you. I'm going to throw up a very quick advert break while we get the remake up and running, and when we're back, we should be back in the champion selection process very, very shortly. So I can turn this one off really quickly. Sorry about this delay for those of you that do not have ad breaks. We're just waiting for the game to get up and running.
Oh, so there was a problem with runes actually, so that might all change.
Ah, okay. So we're just waiting for this to get up and running and sorted out. Oh.
I need to go do this thing. I
Yep.
just got some people on my friends list. I don't have a folder for them yet. I have to go do that.
Yeah, I've got like 200 people that need to be sorted out on my friends list. I really
I'm at
need to
82
take
at the
some
moment,
time.
most of which are sorted out.
Creating custom games. So we are just waiting for the game lobby to go back up and running, guys. And of course, remember, if the adverts, if you do have ad blocker running, it actually kills the revenue we can generate from these streams, and that's what we need to keep these tournaments running. So try to disable them if you can. It is really, really good. And it is region-based as well. I'm looking at the stream sitting in Germany, and I don't get the adverts, so it's quite strange.
Running the ads right now?
Finished in 20 seconds, but not everybody gets them. Invites, jump to spectators. He's on.
Yeah, on it. Okay. I'm going to run the ads while we switch to the loading screen.
Can do.
So that will be fine. Twitch and owned are synced. It's just that there's echo on the Twitch one for some reason. We seriously have no idea why. And we're probably more annoyed at it than you guys are. So we're hoping to get a fix for next time. For now, though, you can either watch on owned or you can use the sound on owned and get the video on Twitch, because I have heard that the quality on Twitch is better for the video. I'm not sure though. The sound on Twitch is definitely worse because of the echo. And it sometimes drops, sometimes it comes back. It's really strange. And it annoys me as well. So very sorry for that, guys. We have very short notice of this. And looks like someone's going to have to drop out because the teams are not set up properly.
Yeah, just waiting on everybody to get in there. I think Wicked needs to jump over to CLG and Veggie needs to just jump onto the right side. So there we go. So just for everybody that is sitting or wondering or has joined us, because we're now over the 3,000 bracket, this is the Medion Challenge brought to you by Intel, Esports Heaven, Chaos TV, myself, Quickshot, and C-Zone. And of course, we have an 8-team double elimination tournament. The teams are playing for €1,000 in cash and 5 laptops. And of course, we have CLG facing off against exHCL in the upper bracket, both of them winning their respective first round games. And Fnatic versus Moscow 5, that is about to go live in about 3 or 4 minutes, guys. So throw that up on the second stream. We have Blind Pick. Look at the name of the game. Remake.
2.
2, yes. So, Remake is running through at the moment, guys. We are going to see Olaf versus Riven in the top lane. That's Wicked and Kickers. In the mid, Oriana versus Ari. And that is going to be Froggen versus Gregor. Bottom lane, Leona Urgot facing off against Corky Soraka. And that is, of course, going to be Yellow Pete and Crepo against Super Ace and Leech Random. And Snoopy and Veggie in the jungle. A big-ass tree versus a big-ass diver.
So is he a diver or submarine? I think he's like a diver that grew into a submarine suit.
I like the idea. I've never thought of Nautilus as being a submarine, so I like that idea, and that's what I'm going for. Or that's what
he actually has a skin that's yellow, and that makes him a yellow submarine.
We all live in the yellow submarine. The yellow submarine.
Well, not we, but
yeah.
Nautilus does.
So
Nautilus lives in the yellow submarine.
That's it. So as you guys can tell, we are trying to kill just a little bit of time. Both teams, CLG and exHCL, have won their respective matches 2-0 leading into this one. We, of course, covered CLG versus Better Buff Needly. And we know that exHCL, they're on a bit of a rampage. They played really well, I think, 2 30-minute victories against MYM. And, of course, exHCL seeding themselves third for the DreamHack qualifiers. What do you think about the team champion or the team selection at the moment, C-Zone?
I think that... Sorry, I was talking to Natman. I think that CLG is a bit of a pokey comp with an Oriana and an Urgot. And Olaf as well can poke with his axe. And they have a great counter-initiate in both Stupe and Crapo with their respective ultimates. On the other side, it's a bit of an AoE comp with that Riven and that Ari and the Corki as well. Nautilus doing some AoE damage, not doing too much damage though. But Snoopy with his Makai pick actually counters AoE because his ultimate, which I don't know the name of, but I'm sure you do.
Vengeful Maelstrom.
There we go. Actually reduces damage in the area it is on. So that actually counters it, and the more damage that is being cast in that, actually make sure he does more damage with it. I'm going to run a quick commercial break on the Twitch stream, because I haven't done that one yet. So yes, you can still hear us talking if you're listening to Owned, obviously.
Yeah, so while the Twitch one is busy running, the thing that I like, or that I'm very interested to see about this game, Maokai and Nautilus are relatively similar in the way that the champions play out. They're not necessarily the biggest damage dealers. They're all about utility. They're all about the amount of DPS they can put down, the amount of crowd control they can put down. And I really like the way that the champions play. They've got very strong early game. They've got fantastic mid game. And the amount of crowd control they can put out, Maokai does have slightly better damage with his Vengeful Maelstrom, especially in the bigger team fights. Compliments of the fact that it sort of absorbs DPS from all the abilities and then returns it. But Nautilus has superior crowd control. His Riptide is going to slow everybody. If he times his depth charge correctly, that's going to knock everybody up as well. So, you're going to have to see whether or not that plays out. And if that's Quad VD man in chat, don't be rude. Don't be rude. That's not.
What did
cool.
he say?
Is saying that apparently I remember. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave that for chat. I'm going to leave that for chat. So we're jumping.
No,
we're jumping
don't be mean
into.
to me.
We're jumping into the game very, very quickly. Loading screen is up, and we need to make some votes on skins.
I'm running and getting the top overlay done. Okay. Why does it keep putting my screen at the bottom right?
If you click anything between the League of Legends sign opening up and the actual loading screen happening, it does that to the bottom right. So wait for the
I'm like
loading
normal
screen.
window mode. I'm not borderless, so I'm lucky.
Yeah, well, even that, it throws it down to the bottom. So in terms of skin, giant enemy crab got. He's in your base stealing your women's. Red Baron Corky is particularly cool as well. Midnight Uri I like as well. Yeah, sadly no Brolaf. Sadly no Brolaf. Yeah.
Sad-faced. Well, yeah, it is his Smurf, so I can't get it that he doesn't have the legendary screen. Actually, what happened to his main account? Why doesn't he play on that anymore? Do you know?
I've seen a whole bunch of different accounts with wicked different prefixes and suffixes, so it could just be leveling up alternative accounts. It could just be whatever. I don't really know, to be honest.
I do definitely like the Ari skin now. Like, I'm 17, so I like that stuff. Anyway, I should probably not mention it on screen. Anyway.
So for everybody that is asking, my name is obviously Quickshot. In the background, we have C-Zone. He's going to be throwing up some Facebook and Twitter links a little bit later. And I want to know on chat, let's get some votes. Who is going to win this? exHCL have earned their place in the DreamHack qualifiers where CLG actually got knocked out. CLG or exHCL, guys, who is going to win this game?
I'm seeing a odd one, and other than that, nothing yet.
So I'm keeping an eye at the moment. Quite a few votes coming through for CLG. This is an 8-team double elimination best of 3 tournament for everybody that's asking. And this is, of course, the Medion Challenge brought to you by Intel, Esports Heaven, Chaos TV, and shoutcasted by myself and C-Zone.
Yes.
Sorry, there's loads of questions.
They're joking around in the mid, literally.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. And I'm getting some COGs here. What do you get mostly?
Mostly CLG. Mostly CLG. The odd TSM joke is thrown in there as well, but that was old before it even started.
I'm pretty sure that people don't actually know exHCL though.
Well,
which is kind of sad because they're ridiculously good.
Yep. exHCL are an EU Nordic and East team. They've been playing loads and loads of Go for Lols. They've been competing at the top levels on the Nordic and East server for a while. And they stomped everybody in the last week or two. I think they were the team that actually knocked SK out of the qualifiers, unless I'm mistaken. So
I think the best COG out, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, they're very, very strong, and very strangely, they're Crepo actually getting the last hit on that big golem. So, actually, Crepo was given both of those golems, so that's quite interesting. Kikas with a very good early aggression on Wicked. Wicked already forced to drink that potion. A full channel on that Broken Wings, but without the cooldown available, Wicked deals just slightly better damage than Kikas's auto attacks. He's going to be going for the attack, though. Wow. Both pots non-stop. This reminds me of the level 2, 3, 4 fights that you used to play right at the beginning of your League of Legends career, where everybody would run solo top, and there's always a level 1 death. Every single game.
Yeah. That was so funny. I can actually remember a video back in beta. Everyone did less damage on level 1, and they seriously had fights of like a minute. There would be already, the first 3 wave would be down, and it would still be fighting around Dragon or something. It was so awesome. You'd had 5v5s at minute 1.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I know the Nordic and East server on their Go for Lols, they do that every now and again. Very, very frag happy when they commit for these fights. And we do have a potential gank up in this top lane though. Veggie's moving in, trying to put some pressure onto Wicked. The stun comes out. Is Wicked going to pop this flash and exhaust? The flash goes out. Dredgeline pulls him backwards though. Takes a lot of damage, but manages to prevent some of it, compliments of that exhaust.
Yeah, right now, everyone's just pretty much farming. There is a lot of aggression on top, and they are doing what we saw earlier. They're just camping Wicked out, which is usually a good idea because Wicked kind of reacts badly to that. Actually, down bottom, so Lead Random almost died. I'm assuming that was a lock-on from Yellow Pete. Yes, that was a lock-on from the Yellow Pete. And Urgot has the highest range in the game.
With that Acid Hunter.
On that Acid Hunter. It's kind of like an auto attack, but with a ridiculous amount of range. It's just so good.
Deals even more damage than his base level auto attacks though. Now we are going to see a flash. The Xenoblade is going to be pushing forward. Froggen's come back. He's going to be able to pick up first blood. That goes the way to Urgot, but 2 assists. Crepo, 30 HP,
banana.
1 banana. The 30 HP still going. The shield comes out. Silence. Slowed down in the background
the banana
now.
gets him, and Froggen is actually going to get picked up by Veggie, but the banana was cooler. So anchor in the face, he does go down, and first blood for Sudafs is not worth it, unfortunately.
No, especially considering the assists, although it was only 1 assist actually. So Soraka picks up the kill, no assist goal to anybody else. And Nautilus picks up a kill as well, so it's going to help Nautilus a little bit. But Urgot, of course, he's now got double Doran's blades, picked up a few pots, and heading back into that lane. 1 kill advantage, 100 kill difference. And Kikas really putting a good show in this top lane. Snoopy's now moved in. The Twisted Advance comes after the flash was used, so Kikas is going to be able to just get away though, but a very long range Twisted Advance. I love it when that tree just flies across the map.
Yeah, the problem for Snoopy was that he didn't actually hit his knock-up, which is his Arcane Smash. He didn't hit that in time to prevent the flash, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would definitely been a kill. But unfortunate for CLG, still put some pressure on Kikas though, and gave Wicked the opportunity to farm down that wave and now recall. But it wasn't a kill, and it was only a flash, but still the pressure did really help Wicked, because Wicked was getting way too much pressure there.
Well, even though he's been the one that's been on the back foot, he does technically have the CS advantage. I mean, it's only 5 creeps kill, but even with all the pressure that's coming down from Kikas, Wicked's been able to hold off and farm relatively effectively. A lot of summoner spells already used at the 5-minute. Bot lane, Crepo's completely out. Mid lane, no summoners. Top lane, no summoners for CLG. Take a look over at exHCL. Ari's got her spells up, and that's it. So many spells being used. And I think it was a little bit of an over-aggressive dive from CLG. They didn't need to go in there at level 4, without having any items or any tank ability for that kill.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, but Wicked does have 3 levels in Reckless Swing, so he's doing massive amounts of damage, which you could see there. Was actually a shield in front of it. Still did a load of damage to Kikas, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that name right. So Veggie is moving up as well, so it will be a 2 versus 2, and it will be very interesting to see. And Kikas is really low, and the 2 of them should be able to pick that up right before Veggie actually moves in. They are going to knock him up this time, and Kikas is going to go down to Snoopy. Wicked almost down though, has to use exhaust on Veggie. Is going to be moving out, so that was a 1 for 0 exchange. Got really closer at some point though. And it looks like Veggie and Kikas didn't know that Snoopy was actually there. They were just seeing Wicked overextend and they wanted to get that kill, but didn't really work out for them.
Now, I am getting a little bit of lag on my own 3D stream, guys. I'm not 100% sure of the cause. I'm busy double checking all my background apps and everything. So, sorry about that. It does seem to be leveling out.
And there's actually an Ahri invading here. But it looks like Snoopy... Yeah, Snoopy... I didn't see that. I don't know why he's going... He does see it now. and he will be retreating from that, and that blue is going to be an easy pick up for Veggie and Mr. Draggle. And it looks like Snoope didn't actually realize, but wasn't tanky enough to take the blue buff. A lot of fighting down bots, but he's not hitting his Noxian charge.
Yeah, it just ended up being a little bit of poke back and forth, and good corrosive charge was landed onto Corki, but he just used that Valkyrie, jumped away to safety, and Froggen now behind on CS, I think, for the first time today. 55 to 58. And exHCL only 200 gold behind. It looks like we've got a slightly more evenly balanced game on our hands right now. All due respect to Better Buff Needly, they played phenomenally well. But once they hit those bigger team fights, they weren't really 100% sure when to commit or when to really stay in the fight. Keeping an eye on how Wicked's busy leveling up his Olaf at the moment. 3 points into Reckless Strike, 1 into Vicious, and 1 into Undertow. And it's interesting to point out, because when we watched Fnatic playing them over the weekend, Shushay was maxing out Undertow and then maxing out Reckless Swing. And he was going for that burst because, of course, you can reduce the cooldown on Undertow by picking your axe back up. So it allows you to effectively become a caster in that regard. You know, continually throwing out, continually dealing that damage over and over and over.
Yes, it is. And his Reckless Swing, it did get buffed at some point, but his Reckless Swing gives him so much lane dominance because it gives so much true damage. I mean, the back oh, actually is going to go in right now. You can see the damage I was talking about. And Kikus has to use his Broken Wings to actually get out of there. But what I was saying about the Reckless Swing, it only costs 112 health at level 4, dealing 280 damage. And it's true damage, so the resistances don't actually matter. Which means that he doesn't actually need items to do damage, which is why Wicked is putting him pretty tanky with a Doran Shield and a Ninja Taba, and actually Kikus turns on his ultimate, is going to go for this. Ignite goes down, he misses his Wind Slash, and that's going to be a no-go for him. If he had hit that, that would have been a kill.
We do see another gank in the middle. Veggie lands the depth charge, but unfortunately the dredge line isn't going to be able to land. Froggen with an immense shockwave. Wow. Yep. Froggen,
That was ridiculous.
really well played. Great map awareness. Really nicely done, pulling Nautilus back there and holding him in place.
No Acid Hunter's coming out from Yellow Pit, even though he did hit his corrosive charge. By the way, do you agree that Urgot has the most badass names for his spells ever?
And moving forward, there goes the Shield of Daybreak. That Solar Flare lands as well. Wish has been popped now from Super Ace. You're going to need a little bit more damage, but running low on mana and cooldowns means Yellow Pete isn't going to be able to finalize that kill. He's turned his attention now to Super Ace with the last Acid Hunter. He's going to be able to do it. Creeps might be able to pick up that kill, but no. That was interesting to me because Yellow Pete and Crepo, they had stuck on Leet Random for so long. And then once Leet Random had actually moved away, they turned their attention to Soraka and almost didn't get those kills.
Yeah, it got really close. He had a hit on the edge of his range with his Acid Hunter, which I still think is an awesome name. And was just really... Actually, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Crepo flash stunned on towards Lead Random, and still they weren't able to pick up Lead Random. They had to go for Super Ace and pick him up. So, that was a very interesting fight right there. Someone in my chat said that your video went foobar. Is it not working?
I'm watching my stream at the minute. It's running perfectly fine, so maybe just do a refresh on... Yeah, do a refresh on your page, guys. I've double-checked all my settings on my upload, my download speed, so nothing has changed, at least from a PC point of view. We do see now a gank coming in, though. Snoopy uses the Twisted Advance. He's going to be able to lay down at least one of those arcane smashes and not kick us up. One more Reckless Swing, and Wicked picks up a very easy kill on that top lane.
Yes, he does, and it went to Wicked or Snoopy? Wicked, right?
Yep, Wicked was the one that picked it up.
So that puts him at a 3.3k, which is pretty high at this point of the game. It's higher than anyone on the opposing team. CLG is actually 2k ahead, so they have a nice advantage, and they will be able to build on this if they don't make any mistakes. And CLG.eu is one of the teams that's able to do that. There is a reason they are at the top level, obviously.
Having a quick look at the farm. Top lane, Wicked, 83 to Kickers 56. Mid lane, Froggen 113 to Mr. Gregor's 107. Bot lane, 80 on Yellow Pete to the 80 on Leet Random. So other than top lane, it's pretty much bang on even. Jungle of 62, the position reverser has come in. Leet Random has used his Valkyrie though, so he's not going to be able to escape. Trying to put as much damage onto Crepo as he can. Lands a very good solar flare. And all of that crowd control just completely locks him up. Leet Random maybe knowing he shouldn't have stuck around when Valkyrie was in cooldown. Now they've turned their attention to Super Ace. The exhaust has gone out, but the exhaust went down onto Crepo instead of its Yellow Pete, and that wasn't the best of decisions. One more Acid Hunter.
It was actually a skill shot, Acid Hunter. Well done.
Yeah, really nicely done from Yellow Pete there. 4 points Acid Hunter, 2 points into Terra Capacitor. So that's to increase his shield, and of course the slow from those Acid Hunter shields.
I've just heard that the game of Fnatic vs M5 has started. M5 has started on Twitch TV / Chaos TV and on the first stream on Owned. I'm not sure of the URL because that is not with the name. Yeah, if you go to Owned TV / Chaos TV, you will see it there.
That's it. Current kill score is 1-0. Yeah, sorry, low quality. It's 1-0 in favor of Moscow 5. They have picked up first blood, and they are currently a couple of 100 gold ahead. Not much more than that. If you would like to keep an eye on that stream, just open it up in another page, open it up in another tab. Stick with us, and be a little bit more fun. CLG looking like they're in a little bit of a driving position, but as I say that, Yellow Pete disconnects and reconnects just for the drama.
I was like, oh no, but then he came back. It was pretty good. I was almost scared they were TDOS like TSM, and they are not that far ahead that I would that it's justified for exHCL to pull the Dignitas and surrender.
We do see Veggie sitting in the bottom grass right now. Chilling, waiting for a gank. And he's been here for a little while. Snoopy is now disconnected as well. And I wonder what on earth is going on there. 2 disconnects. I mean, Yellow Pete is German, unless I'm 99% sure about that. And of course, Snoopy's Scottish. Yeah, so it's not like it's incident in the house or anything along those lines. So a bit frustrating that they've been disconnected. And we're going to have to see exactly how this plays out. Does this add to the drama? Do exHCL push? What I liked is, as soon as that disconnect actually happened, Veggie actually recalled from his lane. He noticed the rest of the team falling back. So whether or not the recall was because nothing was going to get set up, or because of the disconnect, it was the nice thing to do.
Okay, I had to turn on my microphone there because my dog was barking, which she's still doing.
Lovely, lovely.
She's cute though. I think she stopped now. If she does again, I'll do it again.
It's no problem. It's no problem at all. So farm-wise at the moment, 89 on Riven to 116 on Wicked. Wicked just moves forwards, puts one more Reckless Swing, and if Kickers isn't careful, Wicked's going to be able to just pick up this kill. Reckless Swing is available, as is Ragnarok. And I think there's going to be a dive coming.
I actually want to know how much damage this Reckless Swing does at level 5, and it's going to be 340 true damage. So no resistances taken in there, he's just going to do 340 damage flat to someone. And that is about 0.5 of Quickest health.
And there goes the pressure. Once again, did you see that from Wicked? Just moves up one Reckless Swing. Even by taking a turret hit in return, he still comes out better on the trade.
And he even takes damage when he uses his Reckless Swing, so that's how much damage it does.
Quite a lot at the moment. I have just turned on the chat. Nobody's said anything in global chat just yet about anyone disconnected. And the first tower of the game is going to go to Wicked in the top line.
It's really unfortunate though, but at the moment it doesn't really look like CLG are that bothered with it. Actually picked up a tower while they were 4v5. And it is still laning phase, so Snoopy, it's still a disadvantage. I'm not saying it's not a disadvantage, but it's not like they're 4v5 in team fights, so it might not be too bad.
Well, with the creep score lead that Snoopy had earned, he's sitting on 72, Veggie's only on 64. In conjunction with the kill and the assist, he is in fact further ahead in level even though he's been disconnected for the better part of 3 minutes. So all this is actually doing is it's allowing Veggie to catch up from where he was behind. Wow, as Zenith Blade goes forward, instant flash away from Crepo. And the reactions there was very, very good.
That's really well done there. I'm looking at items now. There is something interesting here. There is an Abyssal Scepter on Mr. Graggle. I like the way he's called Mr. So he's got an Abyssal Scepter, which is gotten into use recently when Alexei started started using that. Because you know that you're against an AP mid, so you're gonna have a lot of magic resistance. That's a pretty good thing to have. And the reason he can actually get away with that is that Urgot, I'm pretty sure his Acid Hunter does magic damage. No, it's physical damage actually.
Now, the thing about the Abyssal Scepter is the reason it's very, very powerful. Mr. Gregel opting to use his ultimate there over to Baron, and that was an interesting one. I think that he may have been scared of a Ninja Baron, but regardless, has popped the ultimate, does have blue buff, so we'll be back in a little over a minute. The reason that the Abyssal Scepter is really, really powerful is the fact that the magic resist on that item, minus 20, in conjunction with the ability power that it gives you, it's almost, it's about 20% less effective than buying a Rabadon's Death Cap. Because of the magic resist and the fact that at this stage in the game, very few champions have actually bought magic resist items, so you can assume the average will be around, 50 to 70 MR if they've got MR runes. Dropping that to 50, it allows you to deal quite a lot of damage, and the aura effect. So combine that with the AoE magic damage from Corki, the AoE magic damage from Nautilus, and you've got a lot more bonus damage from a cheaper item.
True, and another thing to think about is that it's an aura, so it doesn't only work as magic fan, it's actually magic reduction, and Corki actually does a lot of magic damage, so it's really good for him as well. And Wicked is going to be going for Kickers here. Kickers is going to stun him and probably get away. Yes, he does get away.
Kickers at the moment as well. Look at the way he's leveling his champion. 5 points into key burst, so going for that sort of slightly safer stun AoE burst as well as cooldown. 5 points into Valor, and, well, maxing out Valor almost there. And going for that shield. So it just shows you just how much pressure Kikus was in that top lane, opting to go for the DPS shield over the attack damage broken wings.
Yeah, I mean, the shield, the thing is the shield actually blocks most of the reckless swing. Let's see, it's got a 250 roundabout, and that means there's going to be around 90 damage coming from the reckless swing. That's a lot of difference, so that's a pretty good idea. If he can hit the shield in time, he will not get a reckless swing on him. But still, he was getting a lot of pressure, and he just had to do that because Wicked was playing so well with that Olaf. I didn't know he was actually a good Olaf. I hadn't seen that before, but he has proven himself to be a pretty good Olaf.
What I like as well, there's got a lot of guys asking in chat about Snoopy and how can Snoopy be where he is. Take a look at Snoopy's gold at the moment, 5,100 to Veggie's 4,700. But look at his items, guys. Sitting on 2 GP5s, so GP10s. Now we do have Super Ace almost getting caught by that solar flare. Did manage to flash over the wall though. And luckily, although very nice Dredge Knight is going to manage to stop onto Wicked. Wicked does have the ability to use Ragnarok, which he has used. Crepo's now being caught up. The Spirit Rush from Gregor is going to be able to pick up the kill. Or almost pick up the kill anyway. Finally going down in the background. Compliments to Corki. And Corki's going to be the next one to be exchanged. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. Make that a 2-for-1. And while all of that is going on, Yellow Pete is now trying to put some damage. Eats a charm to the face. And just to walk out of the way, they compliments the movement speed buff from that Command Dissonance. 2-for-1. And exHCL actually coming out better in that team fight. The GP10s are going to allow Snoopy to have more gold. So at least he doesn't necessarily fall behind in that regard. And he had quite a bit more farm than Veggie did going into the disconnect. So he wasn't, he was that far ahead, he could afford to be AFK for 4 minutes.
Yes, he did, and I'll have to bring up the scoreboard again. So, right now, we've got a Random's Omen on Wicked, and he is doing what I predicted. He's going full on tank, and I'm gonna guess that Fate is gonna either be a Trinity Force or a Frozen Mallet. I expect a Frozen Mallet, which means that he will be not only a tank but also a slow bolt, which is pretty good in his team. He'll be able to keep people in place together with Yellow Pete and Frogan, and they will be doing the damage. And that is going to help them quite a bit. He's going full tank because he is Olaf, and most of the damage of Olaf comes from his E anyway. So that's why he can afford to do that.
And of course, the fact that he can just completely ignore any crowd control that Nautilus is going to put down with that Ragnarok, he's going to be able to just run, dive past everybody and stick to either Corki or Soraka. So, you know, if he does pick up that Frozen Mallet like we think it's going to go, then he's going to be able to just jump to the back, blow up the carry or the support, and allow the rest of his team to win an easy team fight victory. Just a quick update for everybody. Moscow 5 versus Fnatic is 4 kills to 4. The goal difference is 26,000 to 24,000. Fnatic just a little bit behind. But it does look like Alexish is about to pick up a free kill onto exPeke. And that's going to make it 5 to 4.
So in our game, there's 2 Oracles on the team of exHCL now. It's on Super Ace and on Veggie, and Veggie's actually moving around. There's no wards from CLG, and there's going to be an initiate here. He's going to use his Hyperkinetic reverse picking. Lead random getting really close to death. Is going to go down. Yes, he does. And now Wicked is getting the tower focus, but there was not enough TC to keep Crepo or Yellow Pete in that tower, and Wicked is okay with tanking that tower. He's got 2,800 health. He's fine with that.
A lot of damage going out. The position reversal was very, very good. Crepo then dove in with a great solar flare as well. And very, very nice for CLG to pick up that kill. Interesting, slightly different build this time around for Froggen, opting to go for the Rylai's Crystal Scepter after the Rod of Ages. And Urgot opting to go Rushter for a Frozen Heart. That's not out of the ordinary. But when you consider he's 302, you may have expected slightly more DPS type items.
Well, yeah, I guess, but he does do a lot of damage, like on his base damage.
Yeah, and
so
of course his passive is going to, I think it's his passive that reduces armor as well. Reduces damage, sorry. It's Corrosive Charge that reduces the armor a little bit. So the combination of the decreased damage from his auto attacks and the decreased armor from Corrosive Charge also helps him deal additional damage. We do see exHCL picking up a dragon though. So this will be the second dragon of the game, and even with 2 of them in their boat, they're still 3,000 gold behind. Compliments of the difference in kills and the massive difference in farm. 230 CS in the... No, wait, sorry, my numbers are wrong. 297 CS at 26 minutes for Froggen to 267 for Mr. Gregol. I think our mid farmers are immense.
Oh wow, great reverse there, and Veggie is going to be initiative one with a snare and a knockup. The Malka ultimate is on as well, and he is going to go down. They are not going to be able to pick up any other kills, but 1 kill is pretty good already, and he had an Oracle, so you have to know that. And actually they're going to go for Gregol, but Gregol Spirit rushes over the wall. Grappo is going to go down, Kick is getting really low, is below half health, is going to be just fine. They are going to go for lead random, great flasher, and the snare all the way over there. It is not going to be enough though, because this team is not close enough. Wicked getting really low, Snoopek does go down to lead random's ultimate, and now lead random is in a whole lot of trouble with Froggen there. Froggen is going to pick up a double kill right there, and he might survive Gregor. Oh wow, Wicked using his calculations, bro. That was awesome, and oh, he is going to go down to the charm. That was great charm, and Mr. Gregor going to pick up another kill. He gets going for Yellow Pete now. Ooh, misses his stun, but he will not go down, and Yellow Pete is going to go down.
I think we need a double rewind for this one. So let's go double rewind, slow-mo. Maybe we need a triple rewind, in fact.
Yeah, do a triple rewind.
So this is where it starts with Crepo going down. So he's going to be the first ones for CLG. This is where it starts to turn around. And we're going to keep a close eye. You can see Kikas has flashed away. There goes the Ragnarok from Wicked. He's now going to be running forward. Look at the Undertow. It manages to catch lead random. The flash Reckless Swing, and look at Snoopy with that long-range twisted advance. Wish comes out from Super Ace, so that's going to heal everybody up a little bit. And in the background, look at the damage from Orb of Deception. Catches all 4 members of CLG on the way out and the way back. Auto attack from lead random is going to be able to finish Snoopy off. But look at the play here from Froggen. We're going to stick with Froggen. Command defense, auto attack, auto attack. Command attack, dissonance, auto attack. Eats the Orb of Deception, plus one more reckless swing from Wicked is going to put a lot of damage down onto Gregor. But now keep a very close eye onto Gregor right here. Plays really, really well. The Charm, through the wall, blind, manages to pick up the kill. And look at this here. The Flash Spirit Rush combo. Orb of Deception, Flash, Spirit Rush was more than enough to pick up that kill in the background. Yellow Pete.
Actually, pretty sure it was the Foxfire that picked it up.
Foxfire, sorry, yeah. Spirit Rush is the ultimate. Foxfire is the W. So.
And they are going to be picking up Yellow Pete on my screen right now.
Yep.
So, time for fast forward, I think. I'm wondering if they're going to go for a Baron. They are very low, so it would be very hard to do Baron. They're actually going to just go farm up. Looks like Kikis is going for a possible tower pickup at the top. Snoopy is running there. I think he'll be able to do it in time though, and yes he will. In the meantime, they also picked up mid tower, so that's 2 towers there. That's a really good advantage to pick up, because that's basically map control over the entire top part of the map that you gain with that. And now the towers are actually equal, and they are only 400 gold behind, which is not much at all.
Peanuts at this stage in the game, you know, even 2,000 or 3,000 gold to the 30-minute mark is such a small, insignificant number. It looks as though we have a really good game on our hands. As I say that, though, Kikis and Veggie might get caught out. Snoopy's going to move forward. Twisted Advantage is going to pull him forward. The Solar Flare does come out from Crepper, but they may have been a bit premature. Snoopy eats a charm to the face, and he instantly dies to the pressure from exHCL. Depth Charge is going to knock up several people. Now we finally get the position reverser. Olaf has been beating away while all of that's going on. Double kill for Wicked so far. Is he going to be able to clean house? They've not focused the Viking, and he's got the red buff. He's got Undertow. Now he's going to be turning. He's got to pick one target, stick to one person at Wicked. Not a lot of support from the rest of his team. One more attack would have been enough. So double kill for Wicked, but they do lose 3 in return. Lead Random is now putting pressure down onto Froggen. The slow from that distance may be enough to get him away. One more auto attack from Random. The big bomb, but the shield protects Froggen from that. So really nicely done.
Wow.
And I think the first, not necessarily perfect engage from Creppo that time round.
Yeah, my camera work wasn't great there because I was a few seconds behind you, but I think I catch most of the action there, or caught most of the action. Sorry for my English.
The thing that was huge there as well, that the command defense from Oriana manages to keep Froggen alive, not give up another kill. But look at the items. We've completely missed the itemization that Leech Random is building. He's gone for a Glacial Shroud and a Quicksilver Sash. I mean, tanky DPS Corki, that's not something you see every day.
Well, he can easily get away with that because he does have a Riven and an Ari. Ari obviously does a lot of damage, but that's her role. And Riven can be both tanky or AD. Most people build her AD. And Riven's doing really well. Kick is kind of got destroyed in lane. Well, not destroyed in lane, but he got beaten in lane. Still, he did really well. And he's got enough money for a Bloodthirst and a Guardian Angel. So they can get away with slightly less damage on their AD carry. Especially considering Wicked is going full on tank mode. Which means that he's not going to do any damage. So they are actually at pretty even damage. Considering, even though Corki has less damage than an Urgot. Actually, I'm saying that, but Yellow Pete obviously doesn't have as much damage either because he is Urgot.
Yep, very true.
So that's
very
why
true.
he can get away with that.
Now there is something to keep in mind as well. Nautilus did lose an Oracle's Elixir during the course of that last fight. He has been wearing one for quite a while. That's his first death in several minutes. I don't think he went down during the last big CLG exHCL engagement. But the loss of Oracles is another 400 gold investment, which this time round has been picked up by Super Ace. And we see that Creppo is wearing the Oracle's Elixir for CLG.
Yeah, he's tanky enough to do that right now, and Snoopy cannot really afford to keep buying it. He does have an Abyssal Scepter, which we only just noticed, which is really cool in my opinion. Giving some magic fan for everyone on his team, and he actually benefits quite well from the AP. There used to be a Flavor of the Month AP Maokai back when Chu8 started playing League of Legends. And people would build him Rod of Ages and then just go for one damage mode.
Look at the damage that Creppo took there. One charm followed up by Orb of Deception. This immediately puts CLG on the back foot. Shirelia's Reverie's been popped. Spirit Rush 1, Spirit Rush 2. Solar Flare does go down as well as the Dissonance, so that's going to slow exHCL down. Yellow Pete is caught so far out of position. He's going to be the first one to fall. Krepo is now trying his best to get away, but is just delaying the inevitable. Trying to pull the team at least as far away as possible. And this may trigger a Baron. exHCL may be able to go for Baron off the back of that play. Froggen being a little bit caught out here at the moment, opting not to try and blow up the Quicksilver sashed Corki, and instead try to run away. exHCL just seem to be a little bit more in control of these big team fights.
Yes, they do. And in that last team fight, the ultimate of Grapple had actually had to be used as a counter initiate to slow them down, but he didn't actually get any stuns off. He only got slows on 2 people, which is why they did get caught out at the end of that. Very aggressive play from exHCL, especially Mr. Gregor going in full-on balls deep mode. And they are doing a Baron right now. CLG is competing it with 3 people. They will not be able to do that with just 3 of them. Wow, actually almost picking up Super Ace, but doesn't get anyone in his ultimate right there. Wicked going down very quickly is gonna go down to a big missile. Really well done by Lead Random None. They're good missile, and Baron's still pretty low, didn't regen too much. They are going to be going for this. Scoop A and Froggen trying to res as much as possible. Here comes Yellow Pete and Scum Crappo. Crappo is going to get knocked up. Is not going to be able to use his ultimate because he is able to use it, but he doesn't choose. There you go, there it is. And they are going to be picking up Pickus after they picked up Super Ace. And there comes Mr. Gregor going down. Pickus uses Guardian Angel buff, but is not going to get away most likely. Actually, he's pretty fast. He might get away.
Gonna keep trying. Valor's gonna be available shortly. So is the Broken Wings. Snoopy is gonna have another Twisted Advance, and he had a super long Twisted Advance a few seconds ago. And CLG instantly turn around, pick up 4 kills for losing Baron, and they're gonna get a Dragon out of this one.
Yeah, that was really well done by CLG. They delayed the Baron once, and then they were actually able to kill almost everyone on exHCL. In that spot, really well played by CLG there. And this is not a rerun, this is completely live, and for the sound, go to Own TV because we are having echo on Twitch and we cannot fix that. I heard the video quality on Twitch is better, so you might want to look into that, but Owned has the better sound. For sure. But this is not a rerun. And Froggen actually gonna go down possibly to Lead Random. Lead Random going in there, is still going in.
Last Whisper completed as well, so that tanky build with the red buff, very good defensive ultimate there coming out from Krepo. Completely stuck him in his tracks. An itemization at the moment, Deathcap, Rylai's, and Rod of Ages completed for Froggen. Counterpart, Deathcap, Rylai's, and...
Oh wow, great Valkyrie over the water is going to be picking up Yellow Pete and that blue buff there. Wow, I did not see that.
Wow, a bit of delay there on that dredge line. He's going to now keep the damage down onto Wicked. And it seems tanky DPS Corki, maybe it's a new meta.
Yeah, well, it's not that tanky, but it's pretty tanky, yeah.
It makes sense as well when you, like you mentioned earlier, the fact that Yellow Pete doesn't have as much DPS with Urgot, it permits the carry for exHCL to build slightly less DPS, and combine that with the fact that Corki's passive deals 10% true damage and 23 true damage on each attack.
As well as the fact that they have a Riven top, and Riven does a lot of damage on her own. She's being built full on damage still now. She did get a Rangatron Cloak at this point, but if I can get to click on her, which is not working at the moment. Okay, there we go. Her E also scales with AD, and that's actually a 300 shield right now, which is quite a lot of health if you only build AD. So that's why they can be building a kind of tanky Corki, and he really needs that Super Smash against the Urgot Initiate. But here comes the Initiate from CLG. They're gonna go for Veggie, and Veggie is almost down, and he does get away right now. They are going to be re-initiating back onto CLG.eu, but there comes the Reverser, and Gregor might be in a bit of trouble there. The Super Ace tanking the tower, really well done there. Mr. Gregor still going to go down. Kick is really close to death. In the meantime, though, Brandon is going to pick up a double kill onto Wicked and Grappo. He is getting slowed right now by Yellow Pete. He has the Valkyrie away. He's probably going to go away. That last, what's it called? Corrosive Charge did not hit. Super Ace and Veggie all very low. Would go down instantly against Froggen if he gets his Q and W on there. And actually Veggie is getting really low, and now Lead Random is going to go in. He's going to get really low. Super Ace and Lead Random very low. Lead Random does go down, and Super Ace is probably gonna go in. Yeah, there you go. That's gonna be a double kill. And in the meantime, Froggen picks up the kill on Veggie.
We
So much.
definitely need to go back and watch that Orianna ultimate. It was so amazing. I think it's about 5, in fact. If we go all the way back, it's 36-20 is around about the minutes. Now keep a very close eye on this collection of abilities here, guys. Crepo's going to open with a solar flare once everybody starts to group up. You see the rest of exHCL coming in, and immediately after the solar flare lands, there's the Zenith Blade. Solar flare starts to get channeled. That locks up 2 members of exHCL. And look at this shockwave. Look at the shockwave. There's it in super slow-mo. 4 members of exHCL, all in the Vengeful Maelstrom. Wish goes out. Now you see the damage going on. Veggie's forced backwards. Spirit Rush from Mr. Gregor. And keep following this down as quickly as we can. Froggen is now taking a lot of damage. The Wind Slash manages to land on a few. And yeah, another great play. Exhaust, followed up by the position reverser. And a Zenith Blade is going to pull Crepo all the way forward. He's going to get melted in the background. And look at the hit points here of exHCL. So high. So I'm going to go back to normal time just for this last little chase. But a good fight for exHCL at the beginning. And just the tank ability and staying power from CLG meant that they could turn it around and win right at the end of the event.
So we are speeding up right now, I assume.
Yes.
I am at around 37-40.
Now, last few kills, there we go. Now going to be going into the fast forward mode. And on the...
Actually go on 4x speed.
There we go. I'm on 4 times speed as well. We are about 1.5 minutes behind real time, guys, on directed camera. So we're not going to miss any kills. CLG, they do, of course, have that inhibitor down. And their mid lane is being pushed so hard at the moment. Void Staff has been completed on Froggen. I'm on 39 minutes, so 30 seconds behind real time. We're going to be getting very close to the next big team engage. And I suppose it's more fun.
Mid right now, and we haven't missed anything in the fast forwarding. I'm at live at the moment, and nothing has really happened. And they are grouping around Baron, I assume. They're in mid at the moment. And I don't know, do you know when Baron's spawning? I don't think it's too long. I think it's like a minute or something.
It will probably be around the 41-minute mark. 40 and a half to 42-minute mark, plus minus. An update, Fnatic have in fact lost their first game against Moscow 5 in the best of 3 set. So they'll be going over to game number 2 very shortly. We are, of course, still sitting here with CLG versus exHCL. And gold of 500 gold difference at the 40-minute mark. The game does not get closer than that.
Someone in my chat is asking how exactly we are connected with the stand. I'm on Skype with Prepper, but I'm not sure how my sound's coming to him.
Yep, it is through Skype, but it is going through a Yamaha 01V96 digital mixing console. It's a giant studio audio machine. And unfortunately, I don't know what the cause of the echo is. I did actually get our technical guy in a little bit earlier, but it was, 15 minutes to go to live stream, so I'm not 100% certain how to fix that. We will have it fixed for the next time we stream together, guys. We do have a big engagement setting up at the moment. Baron has respawned, so the giant Dune Worm is just waiting to be slain.
Dune Worm.
That's what it reminds me of. Borrowed from Emperor, the Battle for Dune. It wants to control the spice. And we're just waiting for the engagement. We've got this Mexican standoff that is so common in League of Legends. A very good charge. That lands onto Wicked. That forces his Ragnarok out, which means he's not going to be able to use it once the engagement happens. Mr. Gregor is trying to get away, but Crepo and Snoopy are trying to 2v1. While that's going on, the rest of the team is engaging. They've turned onto Froggen. Froggen has another great shockwave, pulls 3 members of exHCL backwards. The first one to fall is Leech Random. Corki is going to fall now. Snoopy is trying to shut down Mr. Gregor. And there's a giant tree chasing the fox. Can he get to it? Can he actually pick up the kill? And he does. If a tree falls in the woods, it will squash a 9-tailed fox. Kikis is going to possibly go down to this ignite. Running all the way backwards, down to less than 30 hit points. Still trying to get away.
Towards Froggen there. Didn't quite work out for him though. And Yellowbeat is going to flash and he's going to hit the... No, he's not going to hit it.
Corrosive charge just misses. Kikis is going to try and make an escape here. Guardian Angel is going to be available, so that was I think that was a 2-for-2 exchange or a 3-for-2 exchange. I missed that one. But once again, the goal difference is completely even. Veggie's going to try to get a small lead here by picking up Dragon. But CLG, down 1 inhibitor, still winning some of those team fights.
As I said before, the pressure from inhibitors is usually enough to win a game for a team, but CLG is definitely still in this game. They are actually at the exact same amount of money now. Dragon's going to be picked up, so that's going to change, and it's going to be a 1k lead for exHCL, which is, I think, the first time in this game that they have that. They are 4 towers ahead, and I'm not sure at the Dragon counts. They did have a Baron more. They are 7 kills behind, and some farm. I don't know exactly, but it's very even at the moment, and either team can take it. I think that as soon as either team gets a 5-man ace on the enemy team without losing anyone, it's GG right there.
Yeah, we're starting to hit that point where any team can just decimate towers. Look at what Corki's build is right now. Glacial Shroud, Trinity Force, Infinity Edge, and the Quicksilver Sash. He's tanky as well as dealing a lot of DPS. And the thing that I'm nervous about now for CLG is they had a potential free Baron, and now they're going to be going to engage it. They opted to chase Riven, and well, now they have the free Baron. Shirelia's Reverie's been popped. Mr. Kregel is going to use that Spirit Rush. A very nice charm once again. But they could have picked that Baron up a minute and a half ago. Instead of chasing Riven down, they could have just turned their attentions to Baron, picked it up, got the gold, got the buff, and then, you know, pushed forward a lot more strongly. But look at the item build. Double Shirelia's Reverie, double Randian's Omen, Aegis of the Legion. So many team auras coming out for CLG. And only the single Shirelia's and Locket of the Iron Solaria coming out from exHCL. They do have an Aegis there as well, though.
They do, and there is going to be a siege on mid. Now, this is what you should use Baron for. A lot of people think that you should teamfight with Baron because it gives a few stats. It gives, let's see, 40 AP and something like 40 AD, which is a lot of stats, obviously, but the thing that Baron is best for is for pushing because it gives so much regen, both your health and your mana, that you can go and attack a tower. And you can harass on the tower and get poked, but you won't really care because you've got regen. And that's what Baron is strongest with, and that's why people always start pushing when they have a Baron. And they are going to be picking up a top tower as well. And there might be a fight really soon. I wouldn't be surprised if they die because they've got quite a big creep wave here. That could tank the tower for quite a while until they start actually attacking. But there goes the creep wave. Lots of AoE from Mr. Graggle and Lead Random. And they will not be able to go for that tower just yet. They are staying here, it looks like. I think they're going to go for either the red or for a mid or bottom push. Bottom has quite a big creep wave, which is surprising considering their inhibitor only just respawned. So this tower might be getting pushed down. And people in Twitch chat, that is no one's girlfriend. Do not click on that link. For some reason I am not mod in the channel, so I cannot ban that guy.
Is Natalie back?
No, it's not Natalie, it's his girlfriend and then a link.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, Natalie was trolling my chat yesterday, but yeah, don't click those links, guys. Random links are never safe. Interesting item build coming out from Yellow Pete at the moment. Take a look at his item itemization. Frozen Heart, Brutalize the Last Whisper, and then sitting on a Sunfire Cape. And it makes perfect sense when you look at the team composition he's facing against. You've got an Infinity Edge BF Sword, Last Whisper on Corki, as well as a Riven, who's sitting on a Bloodthirster, GA, and a Pickaxe. So the amount of physical damage that's coming out is very high, and the damage mitigation from 247 armor is very useful.
Hey, someone has logged in on the Twitch TV chat in my on my account, or well, the Chaos TV 2 account, so we apparently do have a mod right now. Yay. I couldn't use it for some reason, but that's good, so the links are getting away.
Thank you very much, guys, and we are so close to 4,000 viewers, ladies and gentlemen. Bring your pets, your grandparents, your aunts and your uncles, and let's break that 4K barrier. This is
girlfriends, boyfriends, mothers, uncles.
That's it. Game 1 in a best of 3, and exHCL technically behind on kills. A little bit on, you know, gold as well, but such a small amount. But they've got map control. They have an open inhibitor, and the game has gone back and forth.
It's pretty even right now because there's no towers for anyone, and there's only one tower ahead for exHCL, which is that inhibitor tower, but as long as the inhibitor, the actual inhibitor is not down, it doesn't give them that much map control. And what was I gonna say? I had something else to say.
Well, look at the item build so far at the moment. Banshee's Veil now completed on Froggen. That is as close as you're going to get to a full build. Sitting on the blue pot drank as well, so we're going to see a bright glowing Christmas tree